We're here at the Tampa Supershow. We're looking at Lion Energy. We spoke with Sean yesterday, and we thought it was important to come back because everyone out there is trying to figure out how to choose the right battery or generator for overlanding and off-the-grid stuff. So, Sean, if you would give us like 20, 30 seconds on Lion Energy's background.
Yeah, so Lion Energy, what we do is we help change the world by helping individuals, families, and organizations really become energy independent. And we do that with a wide range of lithium solutions, from small stuff like a car jumper to lithium batteries for your RV to whole home systems and commercial. So that's all what we do is help people become energy independent.
And these guys are based out of Utah. And he grabbed that box. I'm going to jump right to it. Right? This is really cool because a lot of people have little chargers for their phones when they're camping, right? This is a big charger. So you can see the different ports and so forth you can connect to. But this right here, you can go ahead and jumpstart your vehicle if you've been off the grid for 3, 4, 5 days, whatever it is, and all of a sudden it doesn't start. This will start it. On top of that, if you've lost tire or air pressure in any of your tires,
yep. It's sort of like a AAA in a box, so it's a combined thing to help out.
When I was talking with Sean yesterday, he was saying, what do you take with you? And this is one of the things that he takes. So it's a really good, I mean, retail on it's like 130 if I remember, right?
About 200, but we're doing some specials at the shows, yep.
Is it 130 here at the show?
170 in the show.
I'm sorry, 170, we're talking about some other stuff. Scratch that, but it's still 170. It's a lot cheaper than trying to go ahead and get both of those things done for you.
Yeah, so the whole idea for a lot of people is you need power where you need it, when you need it. So one solution doesn't really do it for everybody, right? It's like, I need a variety of solutions. Then the question becomes, well, how do I compare? What do I look at to make sure I'm making a good purchase, right?
So you guys are out there, we've all bought batteries, right? Everything from the Duracell to the Energizer Bunny to diehards to Interstate, and all of a sudden now we're going to spend almost $1,000 on a battery. And they're doing it left and right, and we just feel like we should because lithium batteries have a lot of advantages over lead acid.
Yeah.
Lithium batteries, 3-4 points over lead acid.
Yeah. Piece of cake. So lead acid is an older technology that we're familiar with, but it's heavier. You can only use about half the stated energy out of that because about 50% it kind of runs out. They're a bigger space usually,
and to that point,
they don't last very long.
They don't last, right? So to that point, it's a 24 or 27 deep cycle battery, and it has 100 amp hours on it.
Yep.
It really only has 50 usable amp hours.
Really about half. Yep.
Half of that, right?
For lead acid. Yep.
Whereas a lithium battery has 100 amp hours.
All the way down, use it all that energy, use it again and again and again and again. And ours, we actually have a lifetime warranty on ours, so it's kind of one and done. It's the last battery you would ever need because we warranty it for life, so we can use it forever.
And most people buy the batteries if you go from one coat to the next, right?
Yeah.
So if you buy a battery, you might get 24 months, 36 months off a shelf lead acid battery.
Yeah.
Whereas this is it. So if you're on your first one and you're on your fourth RV, you can still be using it.
Yeah, and you know what, we're biased because we think we have the best, but really you ought to look at it and say, how do I choose a good lithium battery? What do I look at, right?
Right.
And it's size.
So he gave us five points, right?
Size, weight.
So size, let me grab that one.
Let's grab one. Here, right here. Let's pivot our camera this way. Here's one of our batteries right here. So this is 23 pounds, these same batteries. 23 pounds, it's smaller, so the footprint is what's called a group 24 size. That's your smallest size, so it will fit in more spaces. You can set it on its side, upside down, you can mount it any way you want. So lithium over lead acid is really that's one of the benefits, right?
Right, you get corrosion on lead acid and all that stuff, and it's half the weight or more.
Right, and then you look at warranty. So how does the manufacturer stand behind that product? Lead acid, usually you've got somewhere between 5, 6, or 7 year limited warranty, which means you're prorated. If it goes out, they're going to depend upon how many years you've had it. So you're just not a really good value. This one, lifetime.
So Sean really made those points. The size, this is a smaller area.
Yep.
Which, when you're using a smaller trailer, you want as much space as you can get.
Lighter weight?
Lighter weight, 23 pounds. Is there anybody lighter? I haven't seen it.
No, they're 31 and up.
Okay, and then most are rated at a round number, like 100 or 200. This is 105.
Yes.
So you get an extra 5 amp hours.
You also want to look how much power you can
This is what I was getting at. Yeah, and I was trying to understand how do you Whereas, help us understand what that means.
Yeah, so amps is how much power you can put out. Amp hours is how long you can put it out.
It'll last
So
105.
105 long, but how much power can we put out? In this one, you can do 150 amps. Other lithium products are only 100. So that means I can power more things. Like, for example, if I want to use it in a dump hydraulic trailer,
Sure.
I can lift the trailer up 20, 24 times, 25 times.
Set this
Others
down.
can't even lift it once.
I think those are really important points. We're trying to figure this out. You know what I mean? And going around.
So if you look at the summary, look at size, weight, so space, weight, warranty, power in, power
Most
out.
are 10-year warranties. So
Yes.
it's kind of like the buzzword,
Yep.
right?
And ours are
When
lifetime.
you say lifetime, and you guys you've got a chart, like 3,500 cycles plus.
Yep.
That means 3,500 times draining up and down, and that's 10 years every day.
Yeah,
And at the end
yeah.
of 10 years, you're only 80%, you still have 80%
Correct,
left, which
correct.
would still be more than a regular battery.
Yeah, so let me say that again
pretty
because that's
good,
pretty
man.
important, right?
Yeah.
If you use it every single day,
All the way down.
all the way down,
Yeah.
all the way back, nobody does that, so that's an extreme. 10 years roughly. How about every other day? 20 years? How about every 3 days? 30 years? You see what I'm saying?
And you've
It's like,
tested
wow.
it beyond 3,500
Oh yeah,
cycles.
oh yeah.
So those are really good. Where can they get these?
So we can do it directly online at lionenergy.com.
Okay.
But we also have great partners like General RV, who we're with today, or other retail partners, Costco's, a lot of different places. So if you just go out and Google
And
Lion
then,
Energy.
and last but not least, here's kind of the scientific part of it, okay?
Yep.
So inside here, there's cells, all right? Explain the prismatic versus...
Yeah, so that's a good point, right?
Yeah.
How's
What
it
really makes it
composite
different, right.
inside when you take it apart? What makes it so?
Right, how are we going to make that different?
Generally, you've got things
Come on
like
in.
cylindrical. So if you think about a regular battery, flashlight battery, you know the round ones, that's
Sure.
cylindrical. In order to get the same amount of space and energy in there, you've got to have over 300 of those welded
Right.
together. That's very common in the lithium world.
And they're yay big, 300 inside of
Yeah,
that.
about that big around, right?
Okay.
So and they're all stacked in there.
And they're all welded
Yep.
in.
Ours is a more advanced technology called prismatic. And what prismatic is, if you think about a book, right? So like a book off of your shelf, you got 4 of them. So if you put a little book right in here, another one here, another one here, so you got 4 in here, you get more energy in a smaller space, and you only have 4 to worry about, so you don't have all the potential failure points.
Okay.
And then we have inside here also something called a battery management system, or a BMS for short.
Okay.
It's like a bodyguard, a protector of the battery, so it protects it from overcharging, undercharging, extreme temperatures, cold or hot. It just acts as a security to make sure that the battery's always in shape,
And
ready
there's
to
no
go.
Bluetooth access to that BMS. Or is
There is. So
Okay.
that's another
Is it
difference.
extra or
Yeah,
not?
no, it's part of the package.
we can know how the battery's going.
Yep, so you pull out your phone, you load up the Lion Energy app,
Okay.
and away you go. So here's our app. It will say what battery do you want to add on here. You add whatever you want.
You just hold it near it?
And it will pick it up from there, and then you can now say, wait, I want to see what my charge capacity is. I want to see the rate of this, how much amps you have there. So it's a really handy way for you, for me, to keep track of what I've got going on. Even though the BMS is going to do that for you, I want to sneak peek. I want
No
to see
extra
what
charge.
No extra charge.
And if I have 2 batteries or 3 batteries,
Same thing.
just connect each one.
Same thing. It's called putting them in parallel. So you can say, I want, instead of 105 amp hours, I want 210
Right.
or 315, and you just connect them that way.
This parallel cable, but the app will be able to
The app
track
works,
each
yeah.
battery and pick each one
Yep,
up.
yep. So there's a lot to love about lithium.
When somebody receives these, are they fully charged? Can they start using them, or do they have to do anything else?
They can start using them, but they aren't fully charged. So because lithium is treated as a material that has to be regulated when you ship.
Sure.
So once you get it, you're just going to charge them up when you install fully, and then you're good to go, and your system will keep replenishing that, whether it's solar, whether it's shore power, whether you use a generator. There's
So somebody to
multiple
charge
ways.
it at home would hook it to what? Put it on the camper?
You can put it inside your rig and start right away.
Can you put a trickle charge on
You can put a trickle charge on there.
do that?
You can do it even with a lead acid charger if you wanted to.
That's what I meant, yeah.
But we prefer lithium because lithium has more performance, so you can charge it
A lot of us
faster.
have trickle charges because of boats or whatever. Or even your RV, you're keeping that thing going all year.
You can do that, so it's going to take more time. But if you get something
Got the time, but yeah, you
like a
guys sell
lithium
it.
charger,
Yep.
this lithium charger will take that battery from empty to full in 2 hours.
And then when you're not using it, like a lead acid will start deteriorating or lose its power each month or each
Yep,
week.
you're going to lose some.
You're going to lose some over, is there a percentage
Yeah,
over
so this
a month?
this particular one, if you just let it sit, it can sit for up to 2 years, without losing much of it. And even though it might drain down a little bit over that time frame, it will just recharge just like that. If you did that with lead acid, your battery's gone.
What happens is, not only is it gone, but a lot of times people will hook up and they'll get like a low voltage code.
Yep.
And it's always the battery. So once they learn, they have to charge that lead acid battery. So these will hold the charge longer and store
Long time. You don't have to maintain it like I was showing you a moment ago. There's no real water or acid, so you can mount them upside down,
there's
sideways.
no danger like you would have for
No
other
danger
stuff.
that way. And these are high-grade lithium. So this is a lithium iron phosphate. Lithium comes in kind of different grades. That's the highest grade quality that you can get.
So that I'd recommend. And then you also, last but not least, go real quick, because when Sean goes, he takes that,
Yeah, let me grab this other one.
help JC, and then he takes a 500 watt generator with him. So then this is, a lot of people are going to these now because there's more use with it around the campsite.
So think about this as maybe the most relatable one is a gas generator, like a Honda gas generator. This is all lithium, so there's no fumes, there's no smells, there's no noise. So let's turn this one on. This is actually running, no noise, silent. You can put this inside your coach. You don't have to leave it outside. You don't have to worry about, at 10 o'clock, the noise restrictions. The only challenge with this one is people are going to want this from you. Like our kids borrow ours all the time. I'm like,
great for tailgating and stuff like that, right?
Tailgating, CPAP machines, 3-4 days on a single charge with CPAP, so you can sleep through the night. This one's just really nice because it's probably all built in, right?
And if somebody had a small trailer, they could just go with that and not this, right?
For some of the things inside the trailer, might not run the whole trailer, but yeah,
No, it's not going to run everything.
lights,
All the 12 volt
TVs,
stuff.
all the 12-volt stuff. Yep.
And they're doing that, right?
Yeah.
And that's a 550 watt.
550 watts out,
Yep.
665 watt hours, so it's going to last a long time with the amount of energy you're
And
putting out.
then they have a bigger one as well, but this is pretty common. We're working with a lot of small stuff. And then if somebody had a Class B, then that would probably be the one they'd want to go with.
Yeah, if you want to turn slightly around here, you can see even a picture of this bigger one is powering this big Montana. So you can see it's actually powering everything there except for the air conditioning unit. It's going to
Yeah, we
power
know that.
everything else. Yep.
And they know they got to get up, and that's for another time.
The whole idea for us is, again, we know that people need energy or power where they want it, when they want it, so we provide a wide range of solutions where other people only focus on one thing. We provide power
We
where
provide
it
more. A
needs.
lot
Yep.
of people do better. And then the solar panels, you sell them, but if they have their own,
Yep.
those adapters.
Adapters you can get online. We typically use what's called an Anderson compatible end, but that's one of the 3 most popular ones.
Okay.
But depending upon which one you have, you can get a $20 little adapter online.
So if they have their own, otherwise you sell it, and you got the whole thing. You guys are complete. I mean, we see a lot are just batteries, so you're doing it all.
Our whole idea, again, as I started out, right, we want to help change the world by helping individuals, families, organizations of any type get power where and when they need it, and that's what we do.
I think it's awesome, man. That was even more than I expected. Thanks, Sean. Have a great show, brother.
Enjoy.
Yeah. We'll
See you, everybody.
Bye, Chase.